Today we find ourselves on Hollywood Boulevard here in historic Hollywood, California, a place that Jessica and I now call home. This is where the GrimmLifeCollective headquarters is. Now, a couple weeks ago, maybe even months, I came across a storefront down on Hollywood and Vine that said Icons of Darkness, and it had a whole bunch of spooky things saying that there's something spooky coming to town. Well, because of COVID, it never opened. Well, guess what? It is open now, and it has moved locations. It's further down into the heart, the belly of Hollywood.
The crazy now.
Right? Yeah. Icons of Darkness is open, and we're going inside. And if you don't know what Icons of Darkness is, well, basically, it's the largest collection of sci-fi, horror, and film artifacts in the world. Now, I don't know if inside this building is going to be the entire collection, but there's definitely a lot of it.
It looks big, though.
We walked by the storefront earlier, and it's looking pretty amazing. So we had no idea that they changed locations, and earlier we showed up at the original location. We weren't there, looked it up online, couldn't find an address. All we saw was that it was on the corner of Highland and Hollywood Boulevard. We found it. And we had to, walk across the stars to get there. But sadly, there's no signs in the windows or on the buildings indicating that this is the new Icons of Darkness location. So many people are walking by and have no clue that behind these windows is horror and sci-fi memorabilia. They did have their soft opening the other day. And if you get really close to the window and look inside, you can see some of the stuff there. There's a banner right there. It says Icons of Darkness, the exhibition, the greatest sci-fi, fantasy, and horror film artifacts collection on Earth. You can see some Alien and Predator stuff right there. Oh man, I'm really excited.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
Now please keep in mind, everything that we're going to show you inside this room today, some of it is screen used, some of it is authentic replicas. We're not going to show you everything, just a few things, because I'm telling you, you got to come here yourself and check this place out. All right, here we go. As soon as we walk in, we've got a couple different characters from the movie Batman Returns. I'm losing my gourd. Right here, we got Danny DeVito's original penguin costume from Batman Returns 1992. Look at that. I want the coat, I want everything. The hat, the umbrella, the buttons. But look at this. Okay, this is why we all fell in love with Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman and Batman. And there's Michael Keaton's screen-used Batsuit from Batman Returns. Got the whole collection here. Well, not all of it. You're gonna see some more. Right next to all that, we have a life cast of Alfred from Batman 1989. Okay, for any Batman fan, this is it. On the far left, we got Chris O'Donnell's original Robin suit from Batman Forever. In the middle, Val Kilmer's original Panther suit from Batman Forever. Val Kilmer is one of my favorite Batmans, but to me, the ultimate Batman, the only Batman, is this one right here. Michael Keaton's screen-used Batsuit from Batman, 1989. Let's get a closer look at this thing. Oh my word. I feel like a kid again. Further down the line, Alicia Silverstone's screen-used Batgirl suit from Batman and Robin. Right next to Christian Bale's production-made Batsuit from Batman Begins. Right over here, look at this, Arnold Schwarzenegger's screen-used Mr. Freeze costume from Batman and Robin, George Clooney's ice suit from Batman and Robin, and over here, screen-used Robin ice suit from Batman and Robin. Man, this guy's got a lot of stuff. I've never seen this much, costumes in one location. Directly across from them, we have Wesley Snipes' costume, weapons, and effects head from Blade 2, the original costume and helmet that Sylvester Stallone wore in Judge Dredd, Tobey Maguire's costume and muscle suit from Spider-Man, Christopher Reeve's Superman costume, Hugh Jackman's original Wolverine battle suit from X-Men, RoboCop, and over here, Patrick Wilson screen-used Night Owl costume from Watchmen. Baby Ghoul, did you have any idea that all this stuff was here?
No.
No?
Not even close.
Oh, and I almost missed this. What were you saying?
Goblin.
Man, this is cool. This is definitely cool. And look at these guys over here. All right. Oh, that's cool. Christian Bale's production-made batsuit from The Dark Knight. And I kind of want him sitting in our living room. I do. It like effects and everything. Walking through this museum, Jessica and I both have come to the realization that we are too tall, well, at least I'm too tall, to be an actor here in Hollywood. Check this out, a screen-used costume from the movie Spawn. A lot of these actors and actresses are pretty darn short. Okay, I am absolutely loving everything here, but check this out. 8 screen-used gremlins from Gremlins 2, the new batch. And right in the middle of them all, you see the little guy? Hey, it's Gizmo himself. Baby Ghoul, I don't care how it happens, but someday we need to own a screen-used gremlin. Like, it just has to be in our house. And I love that right above the gremlins, we got Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Right next to Mila Kunis's screen-used makeup, appliances, broom, and costume from Oz the Great and Powerful. Looks like they even have some Jurassic Park and Jurassic World stuff in here. This is insane. Look at that. Can you imagine one of those things eating you? Holy cow. Now Jessica was just losing her gourd over this. Original Velociraptor hatchling and eggs from Jurassic Park, 1993. I think if there's anything here, like, all right, I'm a big fan of horror. She's a big fan of sci-fi and fantasy. I think if she could, she'd take this home with her.
I mean, if I could, I would take some of these life-size original screen-used suits and characters, but like seeing the little hatchlings from my childhood, I like just want to put them on the dresser. Little baby dinosaur.
Next up, we got Goro from the movie Mortal Kombat. Now this isn't screen used, instead is the costume made from the original molds created for Mortal Kombat 1992. Not the remake, but the original Mortal Kombat movie. And of course, all these other freaking monsters from Land of the Lost and Lord of the Rings. Look at all of this grotesque, beautiful creatures. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, this guy right here is a screen-used orc, Lurtz, costume and armor. Look at them up there. They're big eyes, just overlooking everybody who's walking by, taking a gander at, you know, all the different monsters and all the different creations here. Next up, it looks like we're going into the world of Star Wars. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but I couldn't tell you who's who or what's what without reading a plaque. And I hate reading plaques when I go to museums. But this is pretty freaking awesome. With that being said, there are a few things that I do want to point out. Like these two fellas right here, Mark Hamill's life cast as Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, and right behind him, Yoda, as seen in Star Wars. Now that wasn't screen used, it's just a really good replica. But just look at that. And then right over here, it's an Ewok from Return of the Jedi as well. Over here in this corner, we have a costume worn by Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games Catching Fire. But one of Jessica's other favorite movies is a movie called Underworld. Now, this is from Underworld Evolution. It's Kate Beckinsale's original Celine costume. Again, very tiny, so very tiny. They even have a Harry Potter section over here. Look at Lord Voldemort overlooking everybody, the menacing villain that he is. But you see that robe right there? This was screen used, worn by Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Next up, we have a whole bunch of stuff from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now, ever since we did the Terminator 2 nuclear blast filming location video a couple weeks ago, I've been wanting to go back to revisit some of these locations and do the do the video properly. Right here in the center, there's Robert Patrick's stand-in chrome head and bullet-hit police uniform from the movie. And right next to him, right there in the middle, this is a stunt head and original costume from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now this is very, very special, and here's why. You see his head up there? How the side of his face is all gone? Well, in the movie Terminator 2, whenever he's leaving Skynet, the police are shooting at him, and in the movie you can see his flesh and his face just kind of getting blown away. This is the end result. How crazy is that? Before we move on, there's a couple other things right here in this case. Look at that, life cast of Arnold himself, the endoskeleton arm from Judgment Day. Oh, and the head over there too. Man, they got a little bit of everything here, don't they? Walking around this building, I'm telling you right now, I kind of want to take everything home. I mean, who am I kidding? Of course I want to take everything home. You see right there, right next to this island Earth, you see some aliens from a movie called Mars Attacks. Tim Burton's Mars Attacks. Now, of course, those aren't screen used. Most of the aliens were CGI. These are just really good replicas, life-size replicas, and who wouldn't want those in their house? But just check this out, right down here in the bottom, in those little cases, get as close as I can. It says original eyeball ring from Mars Attacks, 1996. Look at that ring, right? And then over here, see the little gun? How cool. And before we move on to the next room, we definitely got to stop and take a look at these screen-used host and parasite aliens from Independence Day. Next up, we have a rather dark hallway that is filled with some icons of horror, or shall I say icons of darkness. First up, we have Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. Across from him, there's Jack Torrance from The Shining. Now, a few of these little cubbies, they actually have mirrors where you can see a different side of your favorite villain. Look at that. Now, this is definitely something that Jessica would want to take home. It's the Pale Man from the movie Pan's Labyrinth. And of course, the king of slashers himself, well, to some, Freddy Krueger. Oh. Now, some of these are just so lifelike. They look like they're gonna come to life and charge at you. The Nun, oh man. I thought I saw her move, Jessica. I think she moved. Yeah, I think she did. Look how lifelike she looks. And right over here, like he's stepping out of hell, was Pinhead from the movie Hellraiser. Look at this. Oh my word. Even American Horror Story is present here inside this dark hallway. Look at that. And there's the reflection. All right, the reflection that just makes it extra creepy. And then we have Pennywise from It. Oh my freaking word. Everything about you, my friend, including the red balloon, is just creepy. And then right behind him, oh, okay, this is getting a little scary. Jessica ran ahead of me because this is her favorite section. Jessica is obsessed, I'm talking obsessed with the movies Alien. The whole, it's not even a trilogy, it's a quadrilogy or quadrology, something like that. Now, you guys, if you're a fan of the movie Alien, you're gonna lose your gourd. Am I right, Jessica? Am I right?
Let me introduce you to my mom. Hi, Mom.
Now this thing right here, now I'm gonna try to pan up. Look at this thing. It is larger than life. Oh, for the love of Pete. This is kind of blowing us away. This one here says the first screen-used Xenomorph made from the original molds created for Alien, 1979. Look at that thing. Let's get a little closer look at it. Oh man, okay. Right? That's amazing, that's beautiful. There's a sign here that says Sigourney Weaver screen-used clone body from Alien Resurrection, 1997. This right here, look at this. Ash broken robot from the movie Alien. Crazy, right? Everything here is just insane. We want it all. Now back here, kind of hidden away from everything, if you look, it says the original Xenomorph costume from Alien 1979. Get a little better look at him. Pretty wild. Original screen-used Predator costume from Predator 2. Down here at the bottom, Predator 2 War Party heads. Look at that. This entire place is just blowing my mind. And I did ask them, this is not the entire collection. This is just a small fraction of the collection. Wow. The original Scar Predator from the 2004 movie, Alien vs. Predator. Right down here, below the mother alien, it says alien nest eggs and facehuggers from Aliens 1986. Oh my word. It's funny, Jessica said that pretty much the only thing here that kind of creeps her out is this disturbing looking figure from Alien Resurrections. It looks wet. I'm just gonna leave it at that. They have so much stuff here when it comes to Alien. Look at this, screen-used Xenomorph costume from Alien versus Predator. Look how everything's on display here. Man. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and read everything, but I mean, like I said, if it's not screen used, it's definitely the best darn replicas we've ever seen. Now, this is definitely something that I wish that we had in our personal collection. Original from the movie The Thing. Is sitting high above that. The cloning alien dog in mid-transformation from the movie The Thing as well. I'm trying to get that thing in. Haha! No pun intended. And here's another thing we wish we had. Original facehugger from the movie Aliens. See, that's cool. I love these little effects. More screen used and production made costumes. And these things are larger than life. One more thing before we move on to the horror section. This was Stan Winston's personal, or his maquette that the Queen is based off of. Look at that. I kind of just want to reach in there and pet him. Pet her, I should say. And you know how much we love the movie Saw. Here's a screen-used puppet and tricycle from Saw 2. Oh man, that's cool. There is just so much to look at. And again, this is only a small part of the collection. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd get to see this in person. Stan Winston's personal screen-used copy of Pumpkinhead. Look at that. This thing it's grotesque and it's so beautiful all at the same exact time. Now look at this. Chucky and Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. Right next to them is Jack Skellington. There's a severed head down here. Let's get close to that. Ed Gale's original stunt head from the Bride of Chucky. That's pretty amazing. Right here, original Chucky doll from Child's Play. But sitting right over here on the bottom, it says screen used good guy doll from Child's Play 2. And you see the box? That's an original from the movie Child's Play 2. Further on we walk, there's Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and the Wolfman. Right? Oh, I want to pet him, or at least run a comb through his hair. All right, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Before we get to the horror, there's one more thing we've got to show you, and it's this thing. Now, this is just the head. They have the body as well, but they couldn't fit the body inside here. This is the original, I'm talking original screen-used T-Rex head from Jurassic Park. I saw this movie 4 times in the movie theater. This is amazing. And you gotta look at its eyes. Now you see all that wear around the eyes and then down here around the mouth. This is, it's all original. It's all foam and latex. But let's look up inside his mouth. Look at that.
It's bloody.
It's gory. Wow. People are constantly comparing me to Jim Carrey in our videos. The hand movements, how I talk, my movements. But check this out, Jim Carrey and Peter Green's life cast in makeup with an original screen-used Loki mask from The Mask. They have the first 2 original zombies, Patient Zero and Bicycle Girl, ever created for The Walking Dead. Now here's the thing, it's the latex put on heads so we can enjoy them, and enjoy them we can. A little closer look at that. Look at all the detail. Pretty darn amazing. Now this is an interesting story. There's a sign that says, Hugh Hefner's personal recreation of the creature from the Black Lagoon. This statue was displayed annually at the Playboy Halloween party. It's him right there. Now he would display it in his grotto. Now, do you guys remember we did the video on Tom Savini's, his private home? Well, he too has a creature from the Black Lagoon in his grotto. But check this out, the Michael Jackson werewolf from Thriller. And then over here, Michael Jackson zombie from Thriller. Now these are some of the best recreations, the replicas I've ever seen in my life. There's Bela Lugosi as Dracula right there. Right next to him is Karloff as the monster from Frankenstein. But wait until you guys see this. Now this is absolutely beautiful. Right here is the Bride of Frankenstein. Now look at these eyes. Look how realistic that looks. It's almost as if she's getting ready to walk towards where I'm standing right now. And if she did that, I'd lose it. But my God, that's amazing. We got Boris Karloff as Ardith Bey from The Mummy, 1932. And over here we have Boris Karloff in makeup as the Mummy. And right in the middle of all these monsters, there's a couple life casts from some horror greats. I see Vincent Price, Lon Chaney, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, Basil Rathbone, Bruce Lee's in there. He wasn't in horror, but still. And then down here we got Christopher Lee, Bela Lugosi, and Glenn Strange, 1948. Jessica so badly wants to take him home. Full creature body from American Werewolf in London. This is insane. Right above him we have Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman, and right behind him, back there in the corner, is the original werewolf costume from the movie The Howling. Got some Beetlejuice over here, and right above Beetlejuice's head is Beetlejuice's snake head. There's no plaque talking about this creepy person up here, but just looking at him, it kind of looks like the jackal from the movie 13 Ghosts. Again, it's all about the eyes. Look at that stare. One more thing to look at in here is this Reagan from the movie The Exorcist. Now the docents were, she's terrifying. The docents were telling me that the nightgown was actually screen used. Man, she's creepy for sure. Walking into the last room, this is all pretty freaking amazing, but I noticed this immediately, and the docents were pointing out as well. It says the Rocketeer screen-used helmet, rocket pack, and costume from the movie The Rocketeer. Look at that. Another of Jessica's favorite movies, Hellboy. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Look at this. You know, I've actually never seen this movie, but I know it. Just never seen it. Look at these nasty little critters. 3 screen-used Big Bob spiders from Arachnophobia. Yeah, those are looking pretty nasty. Now, these characters look familiar. There's original head and suit from Harry and the Hendersons, as well as Jim Carrey's original costume and makeup from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. How do we go from horror to Christmas so quickly? Is what it is. Well, he's the Grinch, so it's okay. Oh, wow. Johnny Depp's original costume from Edward Scissorhands. I'm not gonna lie, the very first time that I saw Edward Scissorhands, I wanted to wear this costume so badly. And then even more so over here, look at this, an original pair of Scissorhands from the movie. Again, there's just so much to look at. I don't want to show everything, but I do want to show everything, but gotta leave something for whenever you come here yourselves to look at it, that you will be surprised. But look at this. Brandon Lee's original screen-used costume from The Crow. Okay, I officially want this in our house. I want it badly. So freaking badly. Oh wow. Robin Williams' screen-used costume, makeup, and wig from Mrs. Doubtfire. And then you're ready for it? Probably one of the coolest things in here from all of our childhoods. The studio copy made from the original molds created for E.T. Yeah, I love this place. All right, baby girl, what did you think of Icons of Darkness?
I want to live there. I want to live there and work there and yeah.
There was,
I can't get enough of it.
There was, as we were walking through, there were so many things that we wanted to take home and so many things we wanted to add to our very own collection.
It's a little overwhelming.
Was there something there that you wanted more than anything? Like if you had the opportunity, if they said, Jessica, you can take this home with you, what would it have been?
Man, there's a lot. There is honestly a lot, but if there were like one thing, it would probably end up being the wolf from American Werewolf in London. The full body after he makes that transition, because that transition scene is just fire. Like that transition scene has like stayed with me my entire life. That's a big scene for me. It's a big deal.
I think for me, I would have wanted to take home that werewolf as well.
Yeah.
The werewolf and the creature, the alien from the movie The Thing.
Yeah.
Like
and honestly,
both of those things were
knowing that
insane.
You probably would have wanted to take home the wolf as well. I would have been like, alien, please.
I'm surprised you didn't say one of those
queen.
things. They had one too many alien things in their collection.
They could have parted with just one.
Right?
There was so many, they wouldn't even have noticed it gone.
It was a blast. It's open for, it's a limited engagement there, but they're planning at the end of the year, if everything goes well, they're going to be opening up a more permanent location in the Highland Mall, which is right over there. Right now, we're standing in the courtyard of the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Tickets to this thing, $30. It's worth it. Every bit of it. If you are military or if you're a kid, of course things are a little bit cheaper, but the average ticket is $30.
Prepare to be there for at least a solid hour.
Yeah, it was pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
With that being said, from Icons of Darkness in Hollywood, California, it feels so good to say that, it's our home. Thank you for joining us. Happy Halloween.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.